SB19 Pablo motivation. The unshakable grind of Pablo, what it truly takes to lead with passion. Imagine being in a room where no one believes in your vision. You pour your soul into something day and night, only to hear silence, laughter, or doubt. But you keep pushing. Why? Because you're not chasing approval, you're building a legacy. That's exactly the fire that burns inside Pablo, the lyrical mind and driven soul behind one of the most inspiring stories in modern music. Keep watching to the end because the motivation behind Pablo's relentless grind is something every dreamer needs to hear, and it may just change how you approach your own path starting today. If you like this type of stories, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. He doesn't walk into a room to be noticed. He walks in to work. That's the energy Pablo carries in everything he does. Quiet in presence, thunderous in purpose. His days don't start with fame, they start with focus. While others sleep, he's in the studio. While others complain, he writes. Not because he has to, but because he refuses to settle for less than his potential. What makes Pablo stand out isn't just talent, it's discipline. He doesn't rely on being gifted. He relies on being consistent. His work ethic isn't fueled by praise or applause, but by a sense of mission. There's a weight on his shoulders, and instead of running from it, he wears it like armor. Every lyric he writes, every beat he perfects, every decision he makes, it all comes from that mindset of service, excellence, and responsibility. Behind the scenes, you won't hear excuses from Pablo. You'll hear revisions, late nights, countless rewrites, silence, not because there's nothing to say, but because he's letting his results do the talking. He doesn't show off the struggle. He endures it. That's the quiet strength that defines true leaders, not the volume of their voice, but the value of their actions. Pablo's motivation isn't born from vanity. It comes from something far deeper, a desire to prove that dreams can be built, not just wished for, and that even if the world doesn't believe in you, you can still believe in yourself enough to get up every day and work. Work when it's hard. Work when no one is watching. Work when you've failed. Work when you've won. This kind of mindset is a reflection of true Filipino grit, sipag at tiyaga, translated into the real world. It's that deep cultural trait to hustle silently and let the results shine. It's that value of honoring your parents' sacrifices by turning them into success. It's the humility to start small and the courage to dream big. Pablo doesn't just represent this, he lives it. He knows leadership isn't about power, it's about purpose. And purpose is not always glamorous. It's uncomfortable. It demands you to rise before the sun and rest only when you've given your all. But that's where greatness is built. In the quiet hours, in the unseen work, in the uncomfortable places where only the most determined survive. What drives Pablo is not just ambition, it's transformation. He believes in using music not just to entertain, but to awaken, to spark confidence in the insecure, to give a voice to the voiceless, to remind people that even if you come from nowhere, you can still go somewhere if you're willing to pay the price in effort. You won't hear him brag, but you'll feel his message. It's in the way he leads. Calm, intentional, steady. His presence speaks of someone who didn't arrive by accident, but by persistence. He doesn't crave attention. He craves impact. And that's what separates the ordinary from the influential. Behind every performance is a storm of preparation. Behind every success is a mountain of setbacks he turned into learning. Pablo never asks for shortcuts. He builds foundations, slowly, strongly, and that's why he lasts. Because fame fades, but character doesn't. His story isn't about luck. It's about resilience. He didn't wait for a perfect moment. He created one through imperfect steps. He didn't wait for validation. He validated his own purpose through action. And in doing so, he's become more than an artist. He's become a model for what it means to lead with integrity and grit. There are many talented people, but talent without work fades. What makes Pablo a force is that he combines his gift with grind. He doesn't just dream, he executes. He fails, then improves. He questions, then creates. He learns, then levels up. Day by day, beat by beat, word by word. In a world filled with noise, he chooses clarity. In a culture obsessed with quick fame, he chooses lasting substance. That's the kind of inspiration that doesn't just stay in the music industry. It crosses into every career, every goal, every life that dares to pursue more. So if you're watching this, wondering if your dreams are worth chasing, remember Pablo. Not because of the spotlight he's in now, but because of the dark nights he fought through alone. The ones where quitting looked easier, but continuing felt necessary. He teaches us that motivation isn't always loud. Sometimes it whispers, keep going. Be like Pablo. Not just to win, but to grow. Not just to rise, but to stay grounded. Let his story remind you that it's not where you start, it's how you endure. It's not how fast you move, it's how deeply you commit. Because greatness doesn't happen by chance. It happens when you wake up every day with purpose, stay focused through the distractions, and never stop believing in the power of your own grind. What did you find most inspiring in Pablo's journey? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going. And if this motivated you even a little, share it with someone who needs a reminder that their hard work matters. Let's keep pushing.